Doctor Who hadn't been axed in 1989. That's something many have tried to get at, and now it's my turn. I'll be going through this concept at the rate of one season per episode. These videos are based on information released by the BBC, said by Andrew Cartmel, John Nathan Turner, Sylvester McCoy, Ben Aaronovitch, and some other people. Doctor Who magazine 255, that issue from 1997 about what if Doctor Who wasn't axed, stories from the Virgin New Adventures, Big Finish, the television movie, and the modern series of Doctor Who, with a lot, and I mean a lot, of guesswork. Season 34 would have been Garwood and Aaronovitch last season as producer and script editor respectively. It would have also been their 7th season. The series would have been broadcast in October of 1997 and ran throughout the remainder of the year and the start of the next. It would have starred Paul McGann and Daphne Ashbrook and would have been Ashbrook's 3rd and final season. The only change to the title sequence would be the fact that the BBC logo underneath the main Doctor Who logo would be changed to the new BBC logo, which was implemented in that year. This series would have been famous as it would have been the first to win a BAFTA for the 6th story, Time Will Tell, which was written by Aaronovitch himself. The Doctor takes Grace to a planet-sized library in the 51st century. They find it empty of human life, with countless other living beings. They are warned to count the shadows. When an archaeological expedition arrives, havoc breaks loose, and the cryptic last message sent from the library is heard. 4,022 saved, no survivors. Again, like Blink last season, this would once again be written by Stephen Moffat. It would be the same story as featured in Series 4, except it won't have the character of River Song. Skonos is in ruins, and the Doctor must help, or the evil Nyman will rise up. He must stop them. He must stop it. He must stop him. Nyman must not return. If he does, the Doctor will cease to exist. This story would have featured the return of Nyman from the episode Horns of Nyman, and this story features a very big moral dilemma. After the Great Varos Revolution 10 years ago. Varos is a cheerful and happy planet with lots of happy people and a strong democratic government. One day, however, a mysterious traveller speaks to the government and offers something they can't refuse. Zetron 7. Philip Martin returns to write for Doctor Who. It shows what Varos is like now after the Doctor's interference in 1985's versions of Varos. It also shows how not everything the Doctor does is good and can have profound consequences, as Varos has lost their mineral, Zetron 7, and has entered a great recession. The Doctor wakes up in the Rassilon Hospital in Gallifrey. With no memory of who he is, all he knows that he's a Time Lord and he's from Gallifrey. His doctor, Dr. Grace Holloway, helps him get back to grips with the world and become the man he once was. But the truth is far worse. He didn't lose his memories. They were stolen. This story would have heavy parallels to the story Family of Blood. It is mainly set on Gallifrey and sees the Doctor, now known as Theta Sigma, again, dealing with fitting into a world he has forgotten. The Time Lord thinks it's best that the Doctor doesn't relearn who he is, but Grace poses as a Gallifreyan Doctor and is determined to get the truth into him. On the planet Malta 5, there stands a well, an endless well that no one has ever gotten to the bottom of, or knows how far the bottom is. One day 2 people come up from the bottom. Their names are the Doctor and Grace. This story would have very much been a filler episode. Not much is noticeable about it, and it is quite dull. The Doctor and Grace are stuck in a 400-year cycle between 1797, 1897, 1997 and 2097. Every hour they switch between them, changing clothes and jobs every time. What is causing this? Even they don't know. They were just on the TARDIS talking, and suddenly they were in 1797. Who is behind this? This is Doctor Who's first BAFTA. An exciting story about the past, present and future, and is very similar to Star Trek The Next Generation's finale, All Good Things. But this pays off and really makes a good story. The villain turns out to be the Rani, as she got bored and wanted to have some fun. What better fun is messing with the Doctor? Clark of the Intergalactic Mining Corporation, Coot, has a problem. His life work is ruined. His plan to mine up the planet Hyle 4 has been fumbled and he has no hope. That is until a being known as Quell helps him out. It's time to start Plan B. This would have been a very cheesy and over-the-top episode, like something that could have come out of season 24. It wouldn't have gone down very well, and Aaron after Time Will Tell didn't do it any favours. Overall, it's pretty rubbish. When Grace was a child, she witnessed the death of her best friend. She would do anything to change it. Anything. She goes back in time and stops her from dying, but accidentally kills herself in the process. The Doctor must undo the changes that have been made, or time will unwind itself and chaos would break loose. Wow, what a finale this would have been. Garwood really loves killing off companions, doesn't he? First Katie, then Henrik, and now Grace. This would have been very similar to 2005's Father's Day, except Grace isn't in most of it. She dies very early on and the Doctor doesn't win in the end. He loses Grace. He realises he has lost too many and decides to leave at the end of the story. He decides to stop being the Doctor, and he enters isolation. This would have also been a return to acclaimed Doctor Who writer and author of the now famous Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams. It would have been one of the last things he wrote before his death in 2001. So there we have it, season 34, the end of the era of Garwood started right back in 1919, and he did 7 seasons, which really would have had a profound impact on the show, the rise of the show in popularity, as well as this season was the one that got it popular in America. Started airing properly on a proper time slot on NBC, and it did really well over there, and this series was the one that got it to be really well recognised over there. Next time we'll be seeing who the new producer is, who the new Companion is. It's season 35 to season 37.